Oh, it's the third attempt to record a video. The first two, I noticed that I was going into explaining, and yeah, maybe there's this desire of um, seeming knowledgeable, and actually I feel unhappy. I don't know if it's anger what I feel. I felt resistance related to this, and I stopped the recording. So I'll just try to do a video now without any orientation and see what comes up. Yeah, and be aware of the tendency of trying to explain, to go into explanation, to as a way to seek safety. And this seeking safety can come to cover up some fear. Yeah, fear of not seeming knowledgeable. Mm, fear of feeling awkward, not knowing what I'm talking about, fear of how I'm going to be perceived if there's some gaps or silence, and or I'm jump from one topic to another. Many different fears, and actually, yes, this is going back to the same topic: the importance of revealing them, to allowing these fears to dissolve instead of covering them up. And this actually creates inauthenticity. Yeah, and this makes us suffer. Again, going back to that book, Radical Honesty. I don't know if you're hearing, but there's my dog in the background. He's making some sounds. He's like in a dream. I always find it cute. Well, that's beside the topic. Um, yeah, now I notice that I'm distracted by these sounds, and there's a thought that maybe this fits not well into this video. So, and I have a thought that if I have that thought, that means I'm trying to perform. I want to make a good video. And then there's a thought, so why is that? There might be fears there. So it's good to explore this thing. And this is exactly an example of what you can do on your own, and it's very freeing. And well, and I would not suggest you to do that alone. It's still good to do it alone, but to do it with someone else and take turn. Like, it's not about having a dialogue. One person speak and the other person just listen and is giving his full attention. And there's something called dyads meditation, and you can do it on different topic. I really like the honest sharing way. I've had another video on this, so I could put a link to it in case you might be interested. So I have a thought that I'm jumping from one thing to another, and that's not a good thing. So again, there's that pull to try to make a good video. There's a thought that maybe the length of this video is good enough. Again, this pull to perform. And what's the fears related to this? Yeah, fear of I could be attacked too. Yes, someone could comment on this video and say something that I will feel hurt. I might feel attacked. Well, feeling attacked is not really a feeling. I might feel anger. I might feel sadness. So this performing can be some some strategy to try to avoid feeling discomfortable feelings, sensations. So there's a thought that what was the topic of this video? There's a thought that am I really gonna upload this online? There's a thought that will anyone be interested in looking at such a video with that type of sharing? To share thoughts like in that way, there is a thought instead of just saying it fully identified. It allows to bring distance, and it's more easy to share it. And by sharing it, it's allows it to move, because it's not until you can share it that you can really disidentify it and allow it to be freed. There's a thought that I should go back on talking about fear. There's a thought I could see in my own experience what fear is there, and giving an example on how working with fear can be done. There's a thought that that's what I've been doing the whole video so far. There's a thought that I'm trying to see what fear might be there now. There's a thought that this video is not a success. There's a thought that if it's not a success, what is it gonna happen? What is it that I'm afraid of? There's a thought that, yeah, some there's a thought that I'm trying to link it to those 4 fears that I spoke about in a previous video: the fear of abandonment, the fear of being attacked, which I did expose, the fear of being ignored, and the fear of being manipulated. So I could see only the fear of being attacked and the fear of abandonment in the context of making these videos. Fear of abandonment, well, or maybe some of my clients might see these videos and see, oh wow, he don't have all his shit together, so yeah, to discontinue working with me. And if they do so, I will feel like, oh, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough. But in the honest sharing way, we don't necessarily need to dig. It's more about sharing whatever is seen in the moment. And the more you share, the more you open up, the more you start to notice some deeper layer that you couldn't see prior. And you dare to share. I really love this this quote from Gopal: dare to share. Well, I would not say to do that with anyone, with someone that you feel that you can trust and that you feel safe enough, because safety is necessary for healing, and it's important to, part of the healing process is also important to not go beyond our boundaries. Like, for example, and I could give an example, sometimes with my partner, I had something that I felt afraid of sharing, and then I would speak about that. I said, I have a thought that there's something right now that I'm withholding, and I feel afraid of telling you. And then after saying that, then sometimes what came afterward is that I did open up about it. And I saw that my fear of how it might be received was actually was not at all like what I was expecting it to be. But sometimes the other person can react. Doing this work like Brad Blanton, the author of Radical Honesty, says, is sometimes things need to get worse before they get better. And I've seen that big time. I can only encourage you to, it's very simple, this honesty work, but it's highly transformative. I tried many things, many self-help things. I read about so many things and I did many things, and other things had an impact up to a certain point, but honesty in relationship, that's yeah, I cannot speak enough highly about it.